Go. Hello, everybody. This is Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead.
Hello.
Ah,
We're fading in and out.
fading in and out, guys. We are tired. We have been going all day today. We just got home.
Yeah, and our internet's wanting to be funky, so did we turn everything off? Probably not.
Yep, I turned all mine off. Did you turn yours off?
No, probably not. I don't even know. They changed my stuff.
That's it.
Yeah, they're messing with my stuff now. Okay, we're going to try and stay in. Hey, Miss Lippy. First,
Yeah.
Susan and Espedley and Jake. We just got back from my son's wedding shower. Had a decent afternoon, and
Yep.
so what we start off this morning, we picked
butter peas.
Butter peas. Our butter peas are still hanging in there, and Danny shelled butter peas.
Yeah, I'll show you here. I think we got a picture of it.
Hold on, let me get. Did you turn
there
it
we go.
down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we picked about 2 gallons of butter peas this morning. Our butter peas have had no water, nothing, but those things, they just keep going. And they are a very drought-tolerant plant.
Obviously, and they still got blooms.
So from this point forward, we will always plant these butter peas.
Mm-hmm.
We're saving seeds off of them. We will be planting them from now on because they evidently love not being watered. You know.
Yeah, and we have a video I'm hoping to get done in the next week or so on what we water, what we don't water, why we don't water, what we don't water, why we water what we water.
What we do water, yeah.
I just don't know a title yet, but we're going to work on it. Oh, I see a lot of people
in there, but yeah, it's after we done that, I went over and helped Amanda and them with the trailer for a while, and then I had to come home and get a bath and get ready to eat, and then we had to leave to go north about an hour.
And we stopped at a building supply place and got ideas for the cabin. I had went a month ago and checked the place out, and so Danny wanted to stop by and see what was going on, and we've actually found the 2 doors we want, because we only need 2 doors.
You only have to have 2 doors in the whole cabin.
Yeah. And they're beautiful, so we're going to go back at some point and get those 2 doors. We found some flooring that we like for the bathroom and for the cabin.
For the whole cabin. Yeah, for the bathroom and the cabin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there was...
And they were reasonably priced.
Yeah, and there was something else. We looked at the boards for the wall.
For the ceiling.
Yeah, for the ceiling.
We looked at the board for the ceiling
and the bedroom.
And the bedroom. And the pantry and the foyer. Well, actually, it's the ceiling in the whole cabin.
We're just not sure if that's what we want to do yet. Because they were a little limited in what they had. Yeah,
we didn't want to get started with a particular type of lumber and not be able to finish.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have enough of it.
So, but they had some things that we liked. So we'll probably go back in the future. And so I saw some of these people were hot and dry just as we were.
Lots of them are talking about.
Alabama says that yellow flies, fire ants.
Actually,
that's something Danny noticed a difference in.
The fire ants are gone here.
Not gone. I see them a few here.
But you don't hardly ever see an ant bed here now. It is so dry, the ants have burrowed deep into the earth where there's moisture at down there, and that's where they are. You don't see any ant beds anywhere.
No, not right now.
Not right now.
Now you give us a good soaking rain, and our yard will be in mounds.
They'll be popping up everywhere. Now, what is starting to pop up is horseflies. I noticed on my pigs' backs and my cows' backs, again, the horseflies have come back, and they don't usually do that in the fall. Usually that's early summer.
I just saw Stringfield Ridge is in. Guys,
yes, they were in here.
We gotta show this. I don't know, can I get it where
there
we go. Okay, y'all see this? Stringfield Ridge, Lee and Teresa sent this to me, and I got it yesterday, I think, or yesterday, right?
Day before yesterday, because I made coffee in it yesterday.
That's right. And I made coffee in it. I'm going to have a video coming up on that. but the insides are in it. It's awesome. The coffee tasted good, even heated up the second time. I did heat it up because I made more than I needed for one time and heated it up, and it was good. So thank you, Stringfield Ridge. And there was, oh, the other thing that came. I don't know who sent this. Let me get it in the camera. I don't know if y'all can see the title.
Nope. There you go. Hold it. Give me this.
Okay, he's got to do it. Y'all see what kind it is?
Cherry cola candy corn.
And it tastes like cherries. It really does. So I don't know who sent it, but thank you, thank you. I did not have this flavor. Didn't know they made it. So I'm still collecting candy corn. Danny says I'm up to nearly 40.
She's up to about 40 different varieties, which is
amazing.
Like, amazing. I didn't even know they made that many candy corns.
Yeah. So I got those 2 gifts this week, and it was really awesome. What else? We
also got our shirts are in.
Oh, yes. Y'all notice the shirt. I don't know if I can model it or not. I'm going to have to. Okay, what, right here?
Right there.
You want to read my shirt?
Deep South Homestead Gathering 2020. Gathering friends, leaves as family.
Yes.
It's hashtag gather friends, leaves as family.
Yes. And these are the official Gathering 2020 shirts. We've got a link in the descriptions now to order these shirts between now and March. They are going to be, let me think. Anybody wearing the shirt will be put in a drawing at the door on March the 21st. The gathering will be here in Perkinston, Mississippi. If you're looking for information, go to Eventbrite. The link is going to be in the description, and the tickets are there. Free tickets, we just like to know who's coming, what, kind of keep an idea. So get your free tickets on Eventbrite and the information on where we're going to be in 2020.
Yep, and of course me, I'm still wearing the Porch Time shirts.
You can get the Porch Time shirts too.
Yeah, I mean it's still the same old shirts, Yeah. The world needs a front porch,
Yeah, and these shirts like he's got on, and other shirts for Crazy Days and Deep South, are on our bonfire site. We have a bonfire store, and the link will be in the description. And these shirts that I've got on, the Deep South, Mimsey's Garden, Anna, designed the shirt to start with originally. And then there was a few little things I wanted tweaked. So Gossmania, Jerusha, took it, and she came up with this design, which is, it's like Mimsey's, but just a touch different. So, and we picked one color t-shirt. This is it. This is the color t-shirt we're going to be wearing at the gathering. All right.
Okay.
So, and 2, we have t-shirt, sweatshirts.
We have sweatshirts. We have
not on the bonfire store now. We have sweatshirts under our videos on what's it called? Teespring.
Teespring.
And they have the life-changing event on the sweatshirts and stuff on Teespring. So we have 2 different t-shirt things going.
Yes. Just reading the comments there. Sinclair is throwing them up there. Drug enforcement banned my variety of candy corn, he said.
Yeah, somebody asked, could you pop candy corn?
I saw that. Could you pop it? You might could. You put it in a popper, it's going to melt, that's for sure.
It'll melt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got food forest permaculture's popped in here. All right.
Yeah. So
Miss Jennifer from Country Homestead Preacher and them, her husband.
I was trying to see what else we got going on.
I had it set up there now. If you move it.
You done showed the butter peas. I've done
you
showed
the coffee pot, the candy corn.
This is what he's been working on. You want to talk about your little project?
I can. Okay.
They saw the tub last week.
Yeah, the tub's been seen. So this is what I've been working on the last couple of days, guys. And you're talking about a job. This is the feet off of the clawfoot tub. They were painted white with some kind of paint. I don't know what kind of paint it was, but it was thick and it was hard to get off of it. It took me hours to get these things And this is still not a finished one. This is just once I got them to this point. I had to eventually take the rest of the paint off of them and take them all the way down to the bare metal. And we should have got a picture of the finished product, but we didn't.
I do have a picture, but it's not up.
It's not up.
I'm going to do a video on it.
Okay.
And show the finished product.
Okay, we repainted them and got them all cleaned up and got them. They look like brand new now. So we got this big old tub that's like 5.5 feet long. Me and Wanda both can fit in this one. And of course, I had to go through an ordeal to get the tub.
And it's on?
It's on YouTube.
No.
No, is it on Patreon?
It's on Patreon.
Okay, it's on Patreon because we couldn't show it on YouTube.
I kind of...
Wanda pulled a gag on me there.
I told the women, Danny's got to get the lady out of the tub.
They had a mannequin in the tub.
And I didn't realize that they didn't have a top on the mannequin. I wasn't thinking that the mannequin was totally without anything. So it kind of was a little shocker to Danny and me too, because I was thinking when he picked the mannequin up, she would have had something on.
Well, they had her covered in some kind of cotton, you know, where she looked like she was in a bubble bath. And then they told me, said, you have to take her out, but now she don't have no legs. And you have to be careful because her arms will fall off. And I was trying to be very careful lifting this mannequin up, and then all of a sudden, here's this totally nude woman sitting in front of me that you just got to watch the video over on Patreon. You know, it's funny.
Yeah, Danny turned several shades of kind of...
I kind of blushed for a moment there.
Just a moment.
Just a moment. I had a moment where I blushed.
And I've been trying to pull other jokes on him. It just hadn't worked yet, but I'm going to get him good in a couple of weeks, I hope. I'm figuring things in my mind, what I can do to get back at him.
She's trying to get back. I'm trying to read some of these here.
Have you ever done any videos on how to select seeds for replanting for next year? She's new to planting and not sure how to pick the best seeds to keep. Okay, they're talking about saving seeds.
Seed-saving videos. I do have some seed-saving videos up.
But how to pick through the seeds?
I don't know if I have videos up that tell how to know if your seeds are good or not.
I don't think you have.
I don't think I have. I might have, though.
You might have told in some videos, but not that, just on that one subject.
Yeah, because I'm saving seeds right now. As a matter of fact, we're shelling out dry butter peas right now to be planted next year. So I'll try to work on that one, see if I can't come up with that.
We've got lots of good ideas. People give us good ideas all the time. And it's just that we just hadn't... When we go to do a video, it's whatever we're doing at the moment. He goes, hey, shoot this, and that's what we do. And we've got to plan some out now and try to have some over the next few weeks.
Jeannie Miller says, have you got any rain yet? Nope, and there ain't none in sight for at least another, I think, what did I tell you, 8 days? Yeah, 8 more days at least.
Hey, Bama says, Danny, when you least expect it, expect it. Loving the family pranks.
She got me on that one now. She got me.
I've got one in progress. He just hasn't figured it out yet. And so he's going to be on alert now because I'm telling him. But I figured he would have noticed it today. And he did not notice it yet. So I've already videoed the first part of my prank. We'll see if he figures the next part out. And then I'll video it and it'll go up.
We'll see.
Do you raw pack ground meat when canning, or do you cook the meat first? I've done both ways.
It'll work either way, but it depends on how you want your meat.
Yeah. Now, actually, I thought I really liked the raw pack, but once I browned the meat and then packed it in broth, I think we like that better. So
yeah.
So, but we have some both ways. We look blurry. Is there some reason? Did you?
I don't know. I'm sitting here looking at our camera. We look perfectly clear on the screen to me.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
And it could be the internet.
Several people are saying it. I mean, I'm looking at the screen here. The camera's showing us, and we're perfectly clear.
Do you need to wipe it and see?
It would be blurry here.
Oh, well, I would have thought so.
It may be the internet connection.
They are saying we're blurred. It's probably the dust. Everybody's saying it looks blurry. Well, Gemini says clear, but everybody else is saying.
Looks clear to us. I mean, I don't know.
Well, half are saying blurry and half are saying not. So it must be the internet because ours is looking okay.
Buddy says, looks good to him. You're clear to me and no buffering. Cheryl says, okay. Looks fine to me. All right.
Some of you may
It's
need
fine
to
here.
refresh, or it's the internet connection. Who knows?
Maybe an internet connection.
It's not weather because we have none.
Yeah, Eileen says we're okay. Your faces are a little fuzzy, just a tad.
It could be when we move.
Sometimes if we go in like this and we come back out, the camera has to refocus just a moment, so it could be that.
Yeah.
Everybody said we look fine.
We should try to sit still, but it's almost impossible.
It is impossible for me to sit still because I'm constantly having to move.
Okay.
We just hot packed beer heart today.
I think you meant deer.
Deer heart. Must be deer heart.
All right.
Oh, that's one of the big things about the deer, guys. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with that, but they have lots of CDC has put out warnings about the deer, warnings about elk, and all these big game animals about having tuberculosis, chronic wasting disease. They're coming up with all kinds of things now that the wildlife is coming down with, and the TB can be transmitted to humans just by breathing the bacteria in from an animal that you have killed. Yeah. So, kind of crazy.
Brenda Duncan has got almost 4 inches of rain in the past hour in Missouri. Whoa.
Whoa.
That's crazy. And I saw several people were talking about the dust. Deborah Oster, I believe. There's a lot of places that are really, really dusty, like us. And we've had a lot of people say that we've wore our soil out, that we're over-abusing our soil.
It's just that dry here.
That is not what the deal is when it rains.
As a matter of fact, y'all saw our video. We did the soil analysis on our soil. Mm-hmm. Our soil is actually way too high in most nutrients. It's only 2 of them that's a little low in. So our soil is actually almost at perfect stage. It's just that we've got to amend 2 more little things in our soil to put, I call them micronutrients into it, with some zinc and pure calcium without adding pure lime without adding the calcium in it. Only in one garden though.
Yeah, and so the only thing is, when you don't have water, you don't have water. And that's why we've had people asked about all kinds of things. We're going to do a Q&A type thing on that. We do have containers that have irrigation.
We have containers that have irrigation.
We have shade cloth.
We do have the shade cloth.
We have a greenhouse.
Yes, we have row cover.
We have row cover.
With irrigation under it.
We have
row cover without irrigation.
We have plastic down.
We have black plastic down.
The only thing we haven't done and don't have here would be hydroponics.
No, we don't have hydroponics would be too expensive for us.
And so people that only watch one video think we've done a whole lot of damage and we're really crazy. But over where we show you where the sugar cane and the dust bowl is, that is away from the house. It's over near the cabin. There is no water over there. So that has always been dependent on the rain. And we've always gotten the rain.
Reese Shackelford says, what do you think about the Navy maps that show you and the coast, W and E underwater? We've looked at that. Our elevation right here where we live in about a mile or 2 radius right here is above that level.
We're right on the...
We would be like an island if it happened.
And I told him I wanted beachfront property.
Yeah.
So we're not that worried about it. If it happens, it happens. I'm kind of like everybody else on the New Madrid and over at Yellowstone. If it happens, it happens.
24/7 says solar panel to battery to on demand, 60 psi pump to garden far away. Well, first of all, you got to have the finances to buy that kind of stuff, and we don't have the finances to buy it.
We're going to have solar.
We will eventually have solar over there.
Over there, have a well.
But we got to have a well, and then we've got to have the cabin finished because we're going to pay for the cabin before we ever put solar in.
Yeah. So we're paying for it as we go. And over at that place where over there, we've gardened. You've gardened here for a long,
I've
long
gardened
time.
that place over there for the last 20 years.
And we've never had to
Never
water except like when we put the slips out, we have to water for our sweet potatoes. And I think one year Danny and I jumped the gun early spring.
We did.
And we planted a whole bunch of our plants over there.
Too early.
And we had to go cover them every day and take the covering off every
because of
morning.
frost.
And then no rain. That was the year it didn't rain early, so we had to pour water on it the whole time. That was one of the worst things we did. So we didn't put our plants out anymore because hauling water is horrible.
Yeah.
Now we are watering our tomatoes in the pots that he had the peppers in. We're keeping those watered. He just planted the onions. If you saw the green onions,
yeah,
we're
watering them religiously every morning and every evening. And
people said, well, put some somewhere else. Well, we do have them somewhere else. We don't just do one thing here at Deep South. I have some in the backyard in a container thing that I've been watering religiously. They still have green. Even though I'm watering them, some of those look really
some of those
sad.
they're trying to die, but they're hanging in there little by little. You know, we've got, like, what did I tell you? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 different gardens.
Mm-hmm.
We have over 100 containers with irrigation.
I have my green stalk, and guys, I'm going to do the green stalk videos shortly. I have a pepper about yay big on the green stalk. I have blooms on my tomatoes now, and the Malabar spinach is going crazy. So Deborah, we do water that.
Yeah, Deborah E says, Wanda, can you can black-eyed peas?
Yes, ma'am.
You sure can.
You can put them in there, and I think you only put so many in a jar. Don't fill the jar with peas.
Don't fill them up all the way.
Just do about this many peas, and then fill up with water and your salt, and then can for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Really good. I've done a lot that way.
But you have to use your water to give the animals to drink too. Yes, my cows are drinking.
How much does that hold?
I have a 25-gallon tub out there, and my 2 cows are drinking 25 gallons of water a day.
Yeah. And then we have the pigs.
And then we have the pigs, and I have a 25-gallon. I have a 15-gallon thing for the pigs, and they drink it every 2 days.
Yeah. And then we have to water
all
the
chickens
and turkeys.
And we have turkeys, and all of them have to be watered because there's no water anywhere.
Twice a day.
That's twice a day for them.
And Hank.
Yep.
We have to keep him watered. So we're having to do a lot with watering. So it doesn't pay us to try and water things that are not really going to benefit very much. We have to pick and choose what to water.
Danny, when do I plant garlic in zone 10? Probably in November.
Yeah, that's something
we should be, in the next 2 weeks, we should be planting garlic here in zone 8.
But we can't.
But unless it rains, we're not going to put it in the ground. Plus, we have our Egyptian walking onions. We're wanting to move those, and we don't have enough moisture to even move them, and they're sitting there just stunted where they're at, so we don't want to move them just yet. Ms. Wanda is putting up a mailing address for you, 24/7 Farm.
Well, it won't put the numbers in there. I don't know why.
What?
There's the mailing address. It is not letting. Oh, I know what it is.
Well, Bandana Grandma got it.
Okay. I got part of it, and my number lock was off.
Michelle, yes, well water. We did not allow community water to be put in out here. We all signed a petition to get it stopped.
Backyard Gardener says, how has the walking onions made it through the drought? They are hanging in there.
They're hanging in there. They haven't died.
And we're not moving them
yet. We're not moving them yet. We're not going to touch them until it rains.
Yes. We looked at them this morning, and they're still green. They're not big and pretty.
Nope.
But they're still green. They're still there. So we're going to move them. We want them away from the lemongrass. So we've got to wait till we have water. Let's see, half a.
Deborah E says, we have an oak tree producing acorns as big around as 50-cent pieces.
Whoa.
That's perfect for making acorn flour. If you want to make acorn flour, it's perfect for that.
Diana says her blueberries and raspberries died from the heat. My raspberries have all went back. Usually they'll come out from the roots.
We're hoping they do this year.
But I don't know this year. They have looked horrible this year.
This year they're really, really bad. Matter of fact, the vines all look dead.
We've lost 1 or 2 blueberries at least.
I've lost 2 blueberry trees.
And we've looked at the blackberries.
Yes, some of the blackberries, the vines have died, but I'm not sure if the roots are dead.
We lost an apple tree.
We've lost 2 apple trees.
2 apple trees.
We lost 2 of them already. Matter of fact, today I cut down one, probably this
one of our bigger apple trees.
Our biggest apple tree today that I had grafted. We cut it down. I think we got a video coming up about that, don't we?
Yeah, if I get them all made.
If you get them made. We
videoed
it anyway. Whether it gets up or not, I don't
need
know.
A full-time editor. Anybody want the job? That's the deal. Danny looks at me and says, don't we have a video? And I'm going, well, we shot the video. It's just not edited. So I've got to get back on track.
Southern Blessed Homestead said, I've never heard of acorn flour. What do you do with it? Use it just like any other flour. Use it like almond flour or wheat flour or anything else.
You can cook with it.
You can cook with it.
It has a touch of a different taste, but it is a longer process. Acorns have, is it tannins?
Oh, acorns have tannin, and you have to boil them and drain the water off of them several times, and then you can dry them out, and then you can grind them.
How do you keep ants out of your sugar cane? We don't.
We don't.
There's ants in our sugar cane.
There's always ants in the sugar cane. Because there's moisture and there's sugar there. There are going to always be fire ants there.
How many chickens do we have?
What are we down to? We got rid of a bunch of our chickens. We're down to
10?
We got about
12?
We got 2 in one pen and about
8 in other?
8 or 9. We got about 10 or 12. It's somewhere around 10 or 12. We got almost as many chickens as we do turkeys.
And we got that many turkeys.
Yeah.
And somebody's going to butcher turkeys.
Got to butcher some turkeys. Yeah. We got to go to freezer can.
Unless somebody wants to come buy some turkeys. We got all kinds of turkeys.
Yeah.
How many, my onions and garlic rotted in the ground this year.
We lost a lot of our multiplying onions because they rotted in the ground.
And my turmeric and ginger had started coming up. It was looking pretty good, and it was really late. It didn't come up like it usually does.
It didn't.
And so I went out there a few weeks ago.
The weeds had about took it over.
Yeah, and where I could see it coming up, and it was pretty and green, I cleaned every bit of it and just left my turmeric and ginger. And some of my plants were up this tall. And today I went out there and looked, and they're all just shriveling up and dying. So I guess I should have left the weeds.
Probably should have left the weeds because
they were
protecting them, I guess.
So I don't know.
They couldn't take the heat.
Yeah. So I'm going to have limited turmeric and ginger this year, where I had just gobs of it last year.
John Hendrickson said, finishing up 75 pounds of chestnuts for flour.
That's awesome. See, if you have chestnut trees, Danny and I have, what, 3?
We have 3 chestnut trees.
And they're baby trees. They're only about...
They're not growing because it's just...
3 feet tall?
No, they're about 5. But I mean, they're about 5 feet tall, but they're just not growing. They're just sitting there.
And I love chestnuts. So that's a good thing. I think since we've had them, we maybe got 3 or 4 off of a couple of trees.
Yeah. But they're just new trees. They haven't got started.
How do you get rid of fire ants, and how do you get rid of ghost ants, the tiny ants that are hard to see?
Well, Diana, when we figure that out,
we'll be rich.
We'll all be rich. Because I have known, we have imported fire ants. We don't have just the native fire ants. We have the imported ones here.
Yes.
And they're from hell. I mean, there's just no getting rid of these things. Plan B Living says, have you ever used cattails for flour? No, I have not.
I've heard of people.
I've heard of using them for flour and for baby diapers, but I've never heard of them.
Baby diapers?
Yeah, the cattails, because of the white fuzzy parts of it, you can actually use it in baby diapers like a padding to absorb the pee and all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a new one. Okay.
The Native Americans
mamas, that's what you do.
The Native Americans used them on their babies. Yeah.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
Old South said they planted the cut-off roots of their onions that they just canned, and 80% grew new
They will.
plants. That's awesome.
They'll do that. As long as you don't cut them too far down on the end when you're cutting them off, and you put them back in like some water and let them start rooting and put them in the ground, they'll Cadillac. Matter of fact, we've got pineapple plants in this window right here that's got roots on them, I seen.
Yeah, our pineapples are. I don't know where we at now. Did we show?
Oh, let's see here. Where are we at here?
I'm not sure. Something to do with sweet potatoes, but I forgot what it was.
What is this here? Oh, this is what Miss Wanda's been doing this week. She's been canning sweet potatoes.
Yes. That's I think I did 14 jars of sweet potatoes.
She did 14
a couple
jars.
Of days ago,
yep.
And we still got a floor full of them. And I went and looked in the cellar, and our Irish potatoes are trying to sprout. So guess what? Wanda's got, what, 6 to 7 trays.
6 to 7 more trays of them.
Of Irish potatoes to can over the next couple of weeks to keep from losing them. And we haven't even dug all the sweet potatoes yet.
No, we got a lot more to go.
So I've got a lot of sweet potatoes and Irish potatoes to be canning over the next few weeks.
Home sweet home, what size pots do you use to grow your pepper plants in? The ones we have our peppers in are 15-gallon pots, I believe. Mm-hmm. I think they're 15-gallon pots.
Something like that. And the tomatoes that I put over there are looking awesome.
They are doing fantastic. Matter of fact, some of them blooming already.
Yeah, some of them are already blooming. And they've only been there 2 weeks.
But we're pouring the water to them. I mean, and they're in just, what, 2 pots or 3?
3 pots.
3 pots. They get the morning sun. They don't get any evening sun.
And one of them, a bug or something, ate every bit of it. And there was just the stems.
The slug eat one of them down, just left a leaf on it. Yeah.
Stems up. And now it's growing in the middle, coming out. So I'm going to have that plant still. And we have some at the barn. Tomato plants and cabbage.
Tomato, cabbage,
and broccoli.
Broccoli, yellow Marconi. Well, yeah, 3 of the broccolis are still alive.
Okay, so these are under shade cloth. They're in containers and they're under shade cloth, and I'm watering them every day. So that's what I'm saying. We're watering some things. We're letting other things go. So that is one thing that I'm trying to keep watered. We have an orange tree. And I am watering.
We're watering that thing religiously.
That thing gets watered if nothing else does.
Yes, we got oranges
like this,
like that on it.
They're beautiful, and to me, I'm maybe wishful thinking, but I think I see some yellow tint on them.
Well, with the kind of heat we're having, it's quite possible.
So
I actually drove some fertilizer spikes around that thing this summer, so I'm hoping that. But from the watering and the fertilizing and all that, and it's actually grown another 2 or 3 feet taller.
Yeah, and we probably have, what, maybe 30?
There's probably 30 oranges on
it. And we have 1 or 2 lemons on our lemon tree, and I think there's a yellow tinge on them too. Mm. And then we're trying to keep our bay tree that Miss Gemini give us, Gemini Homestead.
The bay tree.
We want for bay leaves that you can produce your own bay leaves. That's the kind of bay tree it is. And it is still alive. We're keeping it alive. So those are things that we are watering. And my candy corn plant and our porch plants get watered. So
Stella wants to know, what do you make out of those sweet potatoes that you can?
Well, Danny likes a sweet potato dessert. It's potatoes, eggs. What else did I tell you I put in it? A little bit of milk, sugar. Sometimes I add a little butter or oil. And mix it all up and bake it, and it's like a brownie bar kinda, but it's sweet potatoes. And he loves that thing. He will eat one every 2 to 3 days. He's eating a 9x9 pan.
9x9 pan every 3 or 4 days, yeah.
So we go through a lot of sweet potatoes, and I like to make a sweet potato casserole that has pecans and stuff in it. But I don't make those that often because we use pecans for cookies. But every now and then I will make a sweet potato casserole, and I don't know. That's about all I use them for right now.
Mary Beth says, how do you freeze your potatoes? We don't.
I don't freeze potatoes.
We don't freeze potatoes.
I've tried it. I just don't like them that well, so we don't freeze any.
Badonk says, Do you get any dew in the mornings?
A couple of mornings.
We had 2 mornings in the last 3 or 4 weeks. We had a little dew on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't enough to get your feet wet, but it was.
I put the popcorn up. I intended to, and I don't think I did.
No, I didn't see any.
I forgot.
I didn't see any.
I forgot. We do have a few pictures of our popcorn. We managed to salvage a. And somebody asked. Yes, I do have a video on sweet potato dessert. I forgot what I called it. Sweet potato dessert, maybe.
Yes, I mean, stands the reason that would be what it would be.
I think that's what it's called, but I don't remember anyway. Our popcorn, we harvested just a few ears.
And we got
some. A possum got them, and we finally caught the possum, and he was relocated, and Danny shelled it out. And we had somebody ask when I put the picture on Instagram how we shelled the popcorn, and they said they didn't want to have to take one off at a time.
I did it by hand, and I ended up with a blister on my thumb in about less than 10 minutes.
His hand was so
and
sore.
My hands are, I mean, you can look at my hands. My hands are not, they're tough on them. But something about using the side of my thumb, sitting there trying to roll that corn off, those little points on it, it rubbed me. Got it.
Backyard gardener wants to know, do you or have you ever put up horseradish? The aldermans brought me some horseradish a few years ago, and it grew like crazy here for a couple of years, and I would dig some up, and I think I have lost it this past year.
I think the drought has killed it.
Well, I think I lost it last year. Actually, something was eating it in the ground, and when I would dig it up, instead of having a whole thing of horseradish, half of it would be gone. So I think the piece that I planted back was in with my turmeric and ginger, and I haven't seen any come up. So I'm thinking I lost it. I'm going to have to get with the aldermans to get more.
24/7 Farm says, is where you keep your taters real dark, because I watched your video, but my taters seem to want to sprout pretty quick. Now, it depends on if you're talking about our Irish potatoes or our sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
The Irish potatoes are in the cellar, which is
total dark.
Total darkness. The top of the cellar is 3 feet deep underground.
And they still sprout.
And they still sprout. Because, well, it's about 80 degrees and there with high humidity, one thing.
Yeah. They still sprout no matter how dark it is.
Yeah.
So that's why ours think it's time, as hot as it's been, they think it's time for them to start growing again.
Yeah.
So I've got to start canning.
The Cajun Homestead says, you don't have a crank corn sheller? Yes, we do, but you can't put popcorn in it.
Yeah, it's too small.
It's too small.
And somebody was saying they saw somebody with a board pushing against it. Now that would work.
Not with the popcorn. The popcorn requires a particular corn sheller. It's a little round thing. It has little barbs in it. You take the ear and sit there and twist it inside it to get the kernels off.
Kind of like a little steel brush type thing.
Yeah, it's got little barbs in it, but it's only about that thick. It's kind of small. It just fits in your hand, and you just rotate the corn in it.
Yeah. I was trying to think what else did I.
We got a few things here. Let me talk about here. This is our load of siding this week, guys. We got our last load of log siding for our candy corn cabin.
We actually have
been working on that, and I think we've actually finished all the log siding on the cabin.
I think we're to that point. We've still got things to finish in, and our Patreons will be seeing, people on Patreon will be seeing that video shortly, maybe within a week. And then on YouTube, we're still working. I think we're up to putting the metal roof on this.
The metal roof will be the next thing to go on the videos. That we
so
have,
YouTube's about, 6 months behind Patreon?
Oh, yeah, YouTube. Yeah, our Patreon people get the first of everything. I mean, they always get to see everything real life, real time.
And Wanda's a little slow getting everything.
Wanda's a little slow getting it up.
Moved over.
Yeah.
So
we've had a lot going on. Wanda's had a full schedule of going out of town a lot. And she's gotten behind because of it.
Everything's kind of just, and plus I help him with the cabin. I've been the last few weeks just forgetting everything. We've been going to the cabin trying to get things done because we can only work real early. And sometimes he gets to work a little bit late, but here lately, not even then.
Not even then. Okay, Eva wants to know, what's the best temp for root cellar? Trying to cool our new one off. Well, Eva, a new root cellar takes a little while to cool off. The best temperature is going to be around 45 degrees if you can get it to that cool where you live at.
But a good
40
60
to 45 is the best actual temperature. Ours never gets to that. Ours gets to about 60 sometimes in the wintertime, and that's in the dead of winter. But in the summertime, I don't know, I see a little candle fly flying around. In the summertime, it usually stays around 75 to 80 in it.
Yeah.
Now we do have a dehumidifier down in it. We'll turn on to get rid of some of the humidity out of it, but it blows warm air, which
keeps it at the
temperature that it's at. So I mean, it's a catch-22.
Yeah, we can take some of the moisture out. We just can't cool it down. She says 49 right now, so that's really good.
That's perfect. If you can keep it 49 or cooler, you don't want it to ever be below 35.
Yeah, you don't want to freeze it.
Yeah.
But if you can keep it that, hey.
40's like the perfect. 40 would be like the perfect temperature. You can actually hang meat in it at 40 degrees.
Yeah.
Let's see, was that all? Oh, here's one more. We got one more here I want to look at.
Yes. This is one of the changes at Deep South.
Yes.
That big RV that Dirtpatheaven came up in, Danny worked on and remodeled some of it, and we decided to build a cabin. So the RV's been sitting in my front yard for 2.5 years or better.
Yeah, I went in and gutted it and done a lot of work to it.
Yeah, and we have a playlist on the RV where he has reworked most all the outside, cleaned and gutted the inside, and went back with wood and stuff and styrofoam and everything on the inside. And Gossmania, Jerusha and Robin are going to take it. They made it home safe and sound, and they're going to remodel the inside for their family.
Yes. Can I catch up with this? Danny, do you have a turning plow for the new Kubota tractor? And when will you plow this fall from North Carolina? Yes, I do. I have I don't have moldboard plows. I actually have the disc turn plows. I have 24-inch drums on mine that literally I can plow the ground down 16, 18, I can go 20 inches deep if I needed to. And the disc ones actually flip the soil completely over. We have a video on that, I think, showing
flipping the soil
on it.
Turning plow.
And I'll probably do it. It's got to rain first. It ain't gonna do me no good to do nothing until it rains.
Yeah, we're planning on doing that with some, because we did have somebody come in about a hard pan, and we do whatever
every 3 years I go in and turn my fields.
Yeah. And so it's time, and we are going to do that, but we got to have some weather, you know. Everything's kind of dependent on rain right now.
Yes.
And cool weather. That's what we're waiting on, rain and cool weather.
Sinclair,
Robin watched it today. Yes.
Sinclair says, now I feel kind of rejected by Danny and Wanda. I get the leftovers from Patreon. Well, Sinclair, unless you fork out $3, you get the leftovers.
Yeah, I get a little behind on Patreon. I put something up, and today I did show a picture of me and my son and his future wife on Patreon. And
Jordan,
we just kind of do little.
Let's see here. Jordan says, do you have a sump pump? No, our cellar, we don't need one in our cellar. We have French drains all around the outside of our cellar. We never have a water issue in it.
I've been here 6 years, and we've never had water in it.
Diana says, I'm moving to Montana next year. Yeah, Montana, well, actually western Montana, and Idaho and some parts of Washington State, I think it is, are all having a early freak snowstorm. And it's actually cool up there.
Yeah, it would be nice. Somebody says you got to rest your land and vineyard every 7 years. Well, actually, Danny did that right at 7 years ago.
7 years ago, I didn't plant several of our fields I didn't plant.
Yeah, that 1 year, Debbie had passed away, his previous wife, and for 2 years he was in and out of here, but he wasn't living here.
For 2 years I didn't plant the place.
And so he did not plant
Yeah.
and do much of anything here till I came back when he met me and I moved out here
Yeah.
in 2013.
13.
And we did not plant but just a minute amount in the front.
We didn't plant none of this.
Nothing in the back. So that would have been a third year it didn't get planted.
We
And
let's
so,
see. I actually planted my parents' place for 2 years.
yes.
And let this just lay out here.
So it does rest on occasion.
Jan says, my garlic chive seeds are starting to mature. How do I replant them? You can gather them off, make sure they're good and dry. In about November, the end of November, you can put them in the ground, or you can just leave them on the plants and let them fall off on the ground, and they will come up no problems, I promise you.
Garlic, yeah. Our garlic chives are all over the place. We never replant. What are French drains?
Okay, at the bottom of my cellar, a foot below my cellar, all around the outside perimeter of it when I was building it, I put 6 inches deep of gravel, and I put in sock pipe, 4-inch sock pipe all around it, and shot a grade at the bottom of the hill from where we live at down here, and I ran that sock pipe underground, like, I don't know, it was almost 200 feet down the hill, so that any water that got around my cellar or anywhere like that would automatically go down to the rock bed and get in the French drain pipe and drain off down the hill and go out if it got to be to that point. And then once I got that one in, when I started backfilling the cellar and I got 3 feet from the top of the cellar, I put another one around it and I tied that one into the one that went down to the bottom so that it would catch the first rain. I mean, it's a very elaborate system I put in, and we've never, ever, ever had a water problem.
Yeah. If you do a cellar right, you shouldn't have water in it.
If you don't put French drains in a cellar, you better put a sump pump in because you're going to need it.
Yeah, and with our humidity, we don't need any more water in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Yeah, and I don't have any food. He thinks I eat 24/7.
Okay.
All right, do we have anything else, Darby? That's about it. We've been spending our time on the cabin for the most part, and he wanted to go stay, but it's kind of
Yeah,
warm.
24/7 says right. The United States Geological Survey says in Mississippi you need to dig down 600 feet to cool your cellar. That would be about right. Because
I think we would hit China and it wouldn't matter.
Well, in Mississippi, if you dig that deep, you're going to be in water.
Yeah.
You know, so.
You're going to be in water if you dig 20 feet.
As a matter of fact, when I dug my cellar, we did a test, and we got to the bottom of the cellar, which was 9. It was 12 feet below the surface of the ground to the bottom of my cellar. I took and dug down another 4 foot below the bottom of the concrete slab in it, and I actually hit water 4 foot below it. So we were glad that we stopped there.
Yeah, he would have been in water if he went deeper.
Yeah, if I'd went any deeper, I would have hit water.
Thibodeau, Louisiana, his garden is dry and his sugar cane's pitiful. So our sugar cane is not.
Our sugar cane on the hill over there, if it doesn't rain within the next week, will be dead.
And we do have a second bed of sugar cane.
Planted in a wet place.
It's near water. It's not perfect.
It's not perfect, but it's not as bad.
All right, I was singing.
Danny and Wanda, y'all plan on planting your fall crops. Do we need to wait for cooler temps to plant our seeds? I'm over on the eastern shore across from Mobile, so I feel your pain with this heat. Paul, we are going to wait until it starts raining. Whether it's cool or not, we're going to wait for rain.
Now, we did put in our containers, we do have some broccoli and cabbage and tomatoes. Is that about it? I think that's it. I only bought just a few. I didn't start anything from seed because it is too hot in our greenhouse.
Oh, yeah. You can't.
Our greenhouse like 120 degrees.
Well, that's as far as the thermometer goes. It probably gets hotter than that.
It's at least 120 degrees. So I can't start seeds in there. So we just bought some broccoli. I bought one packet, which is what, 6? Or
Yes.
was it 9?
6. They quit making the 9 ones. They got 6 ones now.
Okay. So we got 6 broccoli, 6 cabbage. What else did I get? and 6, or I think it was 6 tomato plants. So we got some at the barn and some in containers. They're all in containers, but containers at the barn and containers on the back hill near the cabin to see how they do.
24/7 Farm says, is the Danny corn okay? We did not plant any Danny corn this year. We held off on it because we had so much saved up. How are the onions? Stephen says the onions are getting watered every day, and we're hoping that they're going to live.
Do we grow stevia? We have had stevia up till this year, and I don't know if the drought killed it. My herb bed, I guess I need to do an herb garden update. Some things have made it through the drought, some have not. And I've been, like I said, I kind of water that sporadically because our lemon tree and our, what's the other one? No, lemon and bay tree are in there. So I've been kind of watering it sporadically. But I've not seen the stevia. I'm not sure if the stevia made it.
Stevia may have made it. Ron says, how often should I water seedlings? I test mine when I grab the soil around them and I can squeeze it up. If it stays in a ball, it's plenty wet. If it stays in a ball and I let go of it and it crumbles back in the ground, I put a little water around them. Diana says, FEMA says they have now a 500-year flood. What is that about? That's in Texas, if I'm correct about what you're thinking about. Texas has broken 2 500-year floods.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of water, and that's probably southern Texas. It's not northern Texas.
Okay, so now Jordan wants to know, would you buy a home with a sump pump? He says he hesitates to buy one. Very scary if it doesn't work.
That's true. If a home has a sump pump in it, more than likely they've had water problems in the past. So I would
would be an
issue. So I would be hesitant myself.
So do you think the weather we're having is global warming?
No.
What time of the day do you have fun? When do we have fun? What is fun?
Now that's a good question.
Do you ever have fun?
I don't know that I know what the word means.
I think we have fun off and on during the day when we stop long enough to think about it. Our idea of fun is not exactly other people's idea.
Our idea of fun is not what everybody else's is. Our idea of fun is waking up, putting our shoes on. That's a fun thing for me because I know I made it through the night.
No, our idea of fun is not like most people's. We go over to the cabin and sit on the porch and enjoy the peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
But usually it's late at night if we do it. Yeah. Stephen said, what's a good onion for Orlando, please? Well, it depends on what you want it for. If you're looking for a slicing onion, you're going to want a short day variety. But if you're looking for green onions, then a good multiplying onion would be great for that.
Debbie Williams says she has some candy corn tonight. If it rains there in Virginia, she's going out to dance in the rain.
If it rained here, I'd go out and dance in it. Matter of fact, if it rains, you'll probably see a video of us out in it.
Dancing in the rain. I think that's what all the YouTubers need to do. If you get rain and it's been droughty in your condition, droughty, is that a word?
I don't think droughty's a word.
If it's been a drought in your area where you've not had rain for at least 3 to 4 weeks and it rains, make a video of you dancing in the rain. It would be cute.
Jordan says the house that's that way is a 100-year-old home. That's probably why it has a sump pump in it.
Yeah. Mary Beth says she's eating candy corn too. See, I done got these people hooked. I don't know. I shouldn't be doing bad things.
Yeah, I know. Eva says they feel the same way too. They just every day they get out of bed together. I mean, that's guys. Look.
That's it. We go to bed together every night. We get up every morning. Now he's up and down.
I'm up and down during the night. I don't hardly ever sleep all night. I usually sleep about 4 or 5 hours a night. That's about it.
Okay, so Southern Bless says that sounds like fun dancing in the rain. Gemini Homestead said count her and Buddy in. They gonna dance.
Look, I watched her and Buddy dance. Them two can throw it. Them two can shake a leg.
Duncan Homestead said they gonna dance. Well, they could be. You could be out dancing.
You could be out dancing now,
Brenda, go dance in the rain. She's the only one.
She would dance if it quit raining.
Oh, is that what she said?
Yeah. You didn't read it right.
Okay, poor thing, Brenda. When it quits raining, go dance. Sinclair says we have fun between 11 and 11
11 a.m. and 11:07 a.m.
Yeah, it's about 4 minutes.
About 4 minutes.
That's it. New Day said they got sprinkled on, but nothing to dance about.
Oh, well, that was a thought, you know.
Springfield Ridge said they got a little too.
Hannah says, I've been processing beauty berries that we harvested today. Look, Hannah, we have so many beauty berries here. We just bush hog them down. I mean, we can't stop them things from growing here. They're like the worst weed we've ever had.
One of them. Mark Kruger said it rained a little there in western Kansas. See, people a little.
Everybody's getting rain but us.
The Cajun homesteader got a little rain.
Oh, man.
I think we need to move. We need to pick Dick South up and do something somewhere. I don't know.
Jordan says, I'll take an Ambien to sleep. Well, I don't take anything. I want to be totally at myself whenever I'm awake. Let's see, Sandy Spade says we had a 5-minute shower yesterday. That's the first rain we've had since September the 2nd.
24/7 says, is that a rain dance video challenge? It is a rain dance video challenge.
It is. It'd be like, was it the get up and go challenge?
The get up, whatever.
Whatever it was.
Some kind of get up.
Some kind of get up something challenge. I know. Maybe it could be like that.
We watched a lot of those, y'all, but Danny and I just couldn't do that one. But if it's raining, we will get out and dance in the rain. And I will video us dancing in the rain. So everybody that has a channel that wants to make a video dance in the rain, and for people like Brenda Duncan, when it quits raining, dance in the sunshine. Wouldn't you think that's a good way to put it?
Oh, let's see here. Looks like we may be fixing to kick offline here. I see we're turning different colors. We're in the red. No, we don't want to go offline.
There's Wildcat Hollow.
Hey, there they are. So they had a 1/4 inch there today. The funniest thing to me, I have to tell this.
Uh-oh, I don't know where he's going.
When I was hunting up in Connecticut, I got up one morning to go hunting, and we were archery hunting. And the guys were all sitting around, they're going like, man, we can't go today this morning. I said, why not? They said, we got some heavy rain moving in here. And I was like, well, I didn't see nothing about no heavy rain moving in here. And they go, yeah, we could probably get a 1/4 inch of rain today. I mean, that's a lot of rain. And I told them, I said, dude, let me tell you something. Where I come from, 5 inches of rain is normal. I said, a 1/4 inch is about like going to the bathroom. I mean, that ain't enough to worry about. And I left and went on anyway. I told them, I said, y'all stay here if you want to. I went out and sit through the rain. It wasn't nothing for me.
Oh, Backyard Gardener said they got 7 inches in a half hour last night.
That sounds like Okie Rob. You remember him? I showed you the video where it washed his culvert out and everything. He said it got like 8 inches of rain in 2 hours or something. I mean, it was
Okie Rob got some really damage on his place.
Yeah.
The rain.
We
are in Mississippi.
The homestead says, or TNT Homestead says they're under a flash flood warning in Iowa.
Jordan, we're about 30 miles from the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Our ground is sandy loam soil with heavy on the sandy lots of times.
I think we're more heavy on the sandy. I've been adding organic matter to this soil for so many years. I think it just, I don't know, I think the heat burns it up or something.
Oh, sorry about that, Sinclair. There'll be clothes on.
Yeah.
So, let's see, what else?
George says, oh my God, you hunt? No. Yes. If we want meat, we have to hunt.
We usually deer hunt every winter, and we hope to this winter. Steve Scott said,
George says, I could not date a hunter. Hey, that's your preference. That's the good thing about America. You know, we all do what we do. If everybody hunted, there would be nothing left.
So there have to be some people that don't.
Some people that don't hunt, and there are some that do.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing. I have no problem either way.
Okay, so
good night, Steve.
It is getting around 9 o'clock.
Oh, it is. Gosh, time has flew by tonight.
Redeemed Ranch says, I have a question about mulch. Okay, put it in all caps so we can see it.
Yes.
Yeah, I wear flip flops like on
Wanda
the
does
beach.
wear it. Michelle, she wears flip flops on every. I'm constantly getting on to her. I told her, I said, the ants are going to bite you. Something's going to get you on the feet. You know.
I don't get bit hardly ever though.
I said, you're going to mash your foot or something.
That you don't feel bad to shoot animals.
Don't you feel bad to shoot animals? No, I don't feel bad. If I'm going to eat them, no. God put them here for us to eat. He told Noah when he came off the ark, he said, I've given you all matter of plant and animals to be able to eat and live on. And we raise our own animals to process them here. And I feel like if the deer have come out and they've eaten my garden all summer long, then I have the right to eat one of them if I want them. Now, we don't just go out and kill them and leave them laying there. If we kill them, we eat them.
Yes. We don't just, and so I see somebody, Wildcat says that he don't do it for trophy.
No.
We are not trophy hunters.
We're not trophy hunters.
And we don't go out and kill one deer right after another. Usually 1 to 2 deer a winter is enough.
Yeah.
We will not kill most wildlife, but rabbits and squirrels if we have to. We just haven't got to a have to yet.
Yeah, we only kill the squirrels if the squirrels like start eating my peaches or my figs or something like that. Then the squirrels that come in my yard, I will shoot them.
Yeah.
But the ones that stay outside the yard, I don't mess with them.
Yeah, Jordan says the deer walk in their yard like a dog. Well, when they walk out here, they eat everything we have, so we can't have them. We have fences up, but they still will jump the fence on
they'll jump a fence, yeah. Are you going to hunt with the warnings? Yes, I will, Michelle. I still will.
Yeah.
And Rita says they're smaller than cattle. Yep. Hunt for food, not for fun. Yes.
If nobody hunts the animals, they would overpopulate and then starve to death.
Yeah. With disease, the disease would kill them out. If somebody didn't hunt them out, the disease would kill them out. Eva says skunks go here. Any predator that comes on my property, whether it's a coon, a possum, a skunk, we take all of them off of our property. Coyotes, they all, if we come on our property, we take them out.
Yeah. Mimsy wears boots. Now she lifted weeds and saw a snake.
Ah!
Well, I have come across snakes, and I'm sorry to say the snakes die usually.
Yeah.
Danny says I overkill because not one piece, but 6 or 8 pieces of snake later because I want to make sure. I don't like snakes. Did you get my last message? No, redeemed. I did not. We
not sure. We could have missed it. It could have went by and we didn't. Hold on. Just repost it.
Yeah.
No, Jordan, we don't trophy hunt. Trophy hunting to me is sick. Also, I don't go for that.
Now Danny does have a deer.
I have massive horns and everything of deer I've killed,
but it wasn't for trophy.
I wasn't hunting for trophies. He just happened to be the one that came out.
Yeah. Let's see, Redeemed hasn't posted again. We have more wildlife because of hunters and wildlife management.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're starting to manage it back into overabundance.
Overabundance. As a matter of fact, where we live at, they've released black bears. They've released all kind of critters around here that used to be once very prevalent here.
Yeah.
My dad told me when he was a kid there were no such thing as deer in our area down here, and now we have millions of them because they've managed them.
Yeah, and they've, like you said, released some of the black bears back when this land we're on was all just land and nobody lived here. Was it Teddy Roosevelt came down here and hunted black bear in this area?
Yeah.
They were that prevalent that we actually had a president come down here and hunt. So. But there are no black bears here except what they've released. There's no wild ones.
Yeah, and feral hogs. Look, feral hogs, you can kill them here year round. The wildlife department doesn't
care.
They don't care. As a matter of fact, there's stipulations that you cannot transport one anywhere. Even if you kill it, you can't transport it without first getting a permit and all that kind of stuff.
We have to let them know.
You can't bring them home to raise them. or anything like that.
Do you have advice on getting rid of cucumber beetles?
Not other than using a chemical. I just don't know of any way to get rid of them besides using chemicals.
And they're about as bad as a stink bug.
They are.
There just ain't much way.
Okay.
Cajun says we hunt hogs at night with night vision scopes.
Yeah, you can do that here too.
Where the county I lived in, they had gotten so bad in several areas that they were allowing people to go in and hunt the hogs at night.
Okay, Redeemed Ranch says, is it okay to mulch with deer droppings? I don't know that I would do that without first composting them. You know, any kind of droppings from an animal, I would compost them first, other than a rabbit.
You might want to know because deer they could have certain seeds too, right?
Lots of seeds you might not want in your garden. Yeah.
You might want to see what comes up.
Yeah.
Francine says she was able to find the purple cow compost for her new raised beds. Is that what you were talking about? You said black cow, I thought.
No, I was.
What's it called?
You got me. My mind just did a blank.
Black Joe?
Old Black Joe.
Old Black Joe, yeah.
It's called Old Black Joe.
Are feral hogs? Feral hogs are black hogs.
Yes, but they look like long noses. I mean, they could drink out of a quart jar and never touch a rim on it.
Yeah.
Redeemed Ranch says they mulch leaves from their property. That's great because we do the same thing here.
That's what we use the leaves in.
Yeah.
In the woods around the cabin, a lot of those leaves are already turned into dirt, and so we're raking up more that are falling now and putting them back out so that they can turn to dirt.
Okay. It's after 9 o'clock. We got to have prayer requests. We got to get off here because Wanda and I have had a long day, and we have got to get some rest. Matter of fact, Amanda and them haven't even made it in yet. They're still working, so. Jordan, you have to hunt with night vision to hunt hogs because they come out at night and they destroy everything in their path.
And they don't come out in the daytime.
They don't come out in the daytime, and you have to hunt them at night.
They are they multiply like crazy, and in areas where they're at, they are a danger to everything.
Everything. They destroy the forests around here. They root up all the trees. All the soybean fields get tore up. All the corn fields get tore up. I mean, there's so much land lost to wild hogs that the only way you can kill them is they run them with dogs, and then and the dogs can't hem them up and catch them, and then they go in and kill them that way, or they go in with night vision scopes and just ride around and shoot them.
Diana's asking, do you have any suggestions for ants on the pepper plants? They're killing all her. She's tried neem, dish soap, DE, nothing's working.
It's the heat, Diana. If you're down south, it's the heat. I mean, fire ants they're relentless. We know no way of killing them. Somebody told me about a product the other day, and I can't think of the name of it, for fire ants, but it's a chemical, I think.
Okay, let me back up and see. Diana asked, do you skin the animal to get the meat? I'm confused in what might be meat. I've watched so many meat harvesting from deer, but it looks the same when you skin and take out the meat. So you want to explain a little bit about harvesting a deer, I guess?
We have a video up on Patreon about harvesting deer and showing how we skin the deer out. We show everything about it.
Yeah, you actually do.
I actually hang them up by their back legs, and I take all the skin off of it. And some people,
the insides out.
And I take the entrails out of it and all that, and then I process it just like a cow hanging from a slaughterhouse or a hog or anything else.
Yeah. Let's see. We have many requests. I saw Stringfield Ridge. I think she said her mom. Pray for that they sell Baker Mom that they sell their home at a decent price soon.
Need the equity to purchase a homestead. Yeah.
Patricia Sweet. friend's husband has a
mass in his kidney. Has to have surgery to remove if possible.
Nadia says pray for her husband. My daughter's father-in-law is back in the hospital.
Yeah.
He has had a collapsed lung, and this is my daughter that just had twins 2 weeks ago, and so she and her husband are helping take care of his dad. And
Francine says her husband still needs another kidney transplant. Andrew says he needs some healing in my body. Deborah's down in her back. Spleen rupture for Gravy and the pancreas trouble. And guys, Mary Beth that has a prayer request here for our fiancés, please.
Finances.
Our finances and panic attacks. I was looking at the panic attacks. Panic attacks right now in the United States are at an all-time high. They're having more people are having panic attacks about things, and it's legitimate. I mean, really legitimate. A lot of it is. And
Danny and I know what that is.
I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, and I understand completely about panic attacks.
It is legitimate. It is something that everybody faces just about in this day and time, is some type of panic. Now, some are different than others. Some are extreme, some are mild. It is something that people have, and we have to learn to deal with it.
The Music Well says, I'm about to lose much, if not all, of my colon. We will pray for that, yeah.
And
Brandon wants me to pray for him and his wife, Trinity.
Sydney, we are in Mississippi.
Southern Mississippi, yeah. Mary Beth says it's been 15 years of it. Guys, don't only expect me to pray for them. You guys pray yourselves for one another.
Ruby is asked, and she's been very exhausted lately in finding out answers. I guess that's where we're at too. The exhaustion is.
I've been to the doctor for years trying to figure out what exactly is wrong with my heart, and I have gotten nothing other than I have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Basically, that is all I've ever been told. Jordan says she gets migraines. But now you're gonna make me start yawning.
I know.
Okay. Anxiety and panic.
The Daniel family in Thompson, Georgia, they lost 3 children, and the mom's in the hospital.
Well, I can tell you this: my former wife, Debbie, lost 3 kids at one time in a car accident. So I understand completely, about when someone loses something like that. And then she turned around and passed away a few years later from cancer. So I mean, it's tough sometimes.
Thank you, Mr. John.
Okay, we're gonna pray. Y'all keep putting up the prayer request, and just remember one another, guys.
And remember the ones that need rain, the ones that have too much rain. That we're all in this together, and we all have to do what we have to do. When you harvest, you use what you have. When you don't have it, you find ways to try and create more the next time. We're all learning.
We're all learning. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Things that used to work don't work anymore.
Right. Okay. Father, we come to you tonight, Lord. There has been some serious requests here tonight. Father, I want to first acknowledge your deity and your holiness. And Father, I ask that you forgive us where we failed you in any way, shape, or form, or where we failed one another. Give us a clean slate, Father, so that we approach your throne, that we can approach it boldly, but yet humbly, Lord. And Father, we are asking, there's been so many requests here tonight. Oh my word, Father, there's been some serious requests tonight. We just got through talking about the panic and anxiety attacks, and Lord, the Music Well talking about having colon problems, maybe having all moved out. It'd be nice that you could just heal him and not have to go through any of that problem. And Lord, all of the selling of the homes, people need money to be able to, need equity money in their homes. And Father, all the other ones, the sicknesses, cancers, spleens, pancreases. Father, just one thing right after another has been mentioned here tonight. And The devil is running rampant. He's trying to discourage people. He's trying to break people down through their health, through their finances, Lord, through any way that he can. And tonight we rebuke the devourer, Father. And we pray that in Christ's name that he will be rebuked. And Lord, that people can be made whole, their bodies can be healed, and that their finances can be restored. That our bodies will not experience the panic attacks that they once did. We know that fear is not of God, that it's of the devil. And Father, we know that these things are there, Father, and that we are trying to overcome them. But the day and the time in which we live in, the devourer has full rule and reign right now because he knows his time is short, and he's coming after as many of us as he can. And Father, one thing we're facing right now, many tonight here is facing drought, Lord. It seems like there's just more people that need rain. And Father, I pray that everybody will get the right amount of rain that they need before they lose everything. And then we have those on here who are being flooded out. Father, I pray that the rain will stop for them and that they can see some dry skies and that their crops will begin to produce. And Lord, there was one mentioning about purchasing a home here, Father. Give them wisdom about how to know what house to buy and make the one available for them that you would have them to have. And Father, many here tonight said that they're tired. Father, the day and the time we live in, we stay so wrapped up in this world and trying to survive that our bodies wear out and we are exhausted. And Father, we just pray that tonight we can find peace and rest and harmony, Lord. And Father, that nights like this where we can all sit down here and share our thoughts and our feelings and our hopes and our dreams together, that we can come away from this with a renewed spirit so that we can enjoy the time and the fellowship that we've had together. And Father, I do thank you for everybody who's been here tonight. They're all great people, Lord. We love them. We appreciate them. And Father, I pray your blessing upon their lives tonight. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay. Ta-da! Another night.
Yes. I was looking to see what they put up.
Let's see
Bad food is, Dr. Berg said knows nutrition. Bad food is killing Americans.
Dr. Berg is one of the better doctors on YouTube.
Danny watches him.
I watch him. Yes.
And that's one of the things is nutrition. There's
Our plant, all of our food is so nutritionally deficient now because our soils are deficient. That's why we had a soil test done on our property this year to see what we are deficient in, and we're adding that back. That's one reason we're not doing anything with our gardens right now, is because we're getting ready to amend the soil just as soon as the rain comes.
Yeah. So Dr. Berg, B-E-R-G.
Yeah.
You can type Dr. Berg, B-E-R-G, in on YouTube, and you should get hundreds of videos.
He's got any video up about anything you can imagine, and it is good stuff, guys, because I have really enjoyed watching his videos.
Andrew Littlefield said he is a walking testimony from Dr. Berg.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, we got to get off. We will talk to you guys later, and we're going to try and get some sleep and get started.
Music, well, if you're talking about the cats passing from renal failure, lots of times antifreeze. Somebody may be antifreezing them, and that will destroy the kidneys on them.
Oh, talking about cats?
Well, I'm guessing. I just saw it. I saw that Jordan mentioned something about a cat. I think it was Jordan that mentioned a cat.
Oh, okay. So that's something that could be causing it?
You can't. People putting out antifreeze.
Yeah.
Will do
you
that.
have neighbors that don't like them.
If you have neighbors that don't like them being around, they'll antifreeze them, and it destroys their kidneys.
You might.
Okay, sorry about your cat, Jordan. Yes.
So that might be what you keep an eye out and see if you have any issues.
It's a very painful, slow death.
Yeah. So that might give y'all an idea to keep an eye out for stuff.
Yeah. All right, guys. We got to get off. We got to get ready to go to bed. And
we'll talk to you guys later.
See you in the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.